Yo, what's good, y'all? Good morning, everybody. What's up? It's your man AC Star. I want to welcome y'all to the AC Star Morning Show. What's good? What's good? What's good? I had to do a little different today, man. Like I said, I'm trying to get this computer situated, man. So I'm gonna just do a little quick live, man, on this today because I'm trying to figure out some other ways to kind of go live. So right now, I'm just doing it this way to better, just better get a better understanding of what's going on. I'm just trying to get some more programs to work with. So I got Zoom now. You know what I mean? I like going on OBS because it lets me play my music and shit. Like the StreamYards is cool because it lets me it's got a closer camera, but at the same time, I want to do something different. Like I want to not so much do something different, but I just want to get the stream going better. So yo, what's up, y'all? Good morning. Everybody good? Everybody chilling? Everybody all right? Everybody living? How y'all living, man? How y'all living? Y'all living good? You know what I'm saying? Everybody good? I'm good. Today on this fine Wednesday, March 24th, 11:30 a.m. You know, 2021. You know, we kind of a year away from the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, what's good with y'all, man? Y'all all right? Everybody good out there? You know what I'm saying? Everybody all right? Everybody living? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, in good spirits, I hope, doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? Um, I guess today's show, man, is really like a news show, man. I want to kind of cover a few topics, man. One thing I want to talk about, what's going on, Triple OG? You know what I mean? That's what's up, Tim Harvey. I ain't been under the weather, man, but I don't know, y'all. I really like doing this, right? But I'm just in a complex situation right now because I don't love cutting grass, but I mean, it's what I do for a living and I make money doing it, right? But the thing is, I like doing this as well. And I'm the kind of guy, if I do something, I want to put my all into it, but it's like part of my brain is trying to, what's good, sweet pea baby? Part of my brain is trying to focus on um, grass, advancing that business, transitioning into something else. And then a part of me is really into this because I've always had this notion in the back of my head about a media company because I always understood how if you control the narrative and you control the story, or you can tell your own story, or you can objectively disseminate the news and disseminate information, it will benefit you. You know what I'm saying? It will benefit you. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. I figured that Black Power Psycho, Peace Psycho. Yo, great show yesterday, Psycho. You're knocking it out the park, bro. You're knocking it out the park, bro. Every week you getting you. I don't know how somebody that's been here this long get better and better, bro. But salute to you, bro. You're getting better and better every week. I'm tuning in longer and longer. So that's what's up, bro. But because I like doing this. I like interacting. I like talking. And like I said the other day, I think that if I connect with enough people, we can turn this into something. We could turn this into a how do I sound? Is the mic clear? Do I have any echo? Can y'all help me out on that? Like, is it any echo or anything going on? Because I can't really hear myself on this side because I don't have my earphones plugged into the interface. I got the earphones plugged into the computer. But yo, so I can't really hear myself when I'm talking because it's not like I'm not playing myself live. But yo, peace, Miss Fedex. What's going on, sis? Good morning to you, baby girl. What's going on with you? Hope all is well with you this morning. But I can't really hear myself on the earphones that well. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So yeah, so because it's a lot going on, man, and I think that we need a lot more sources in this space that deals with the plethora of information and not so much man-woman arguments and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It's it's so much more going out there, right? What's good, Joe Dub? Peace, big bro. It's so much more that's going out there. So we really need, you know what I'm saying? We really need um more informative channels that talk about things that's just beyond relationships. Because it's not to say that those are important. I do want to get into relationship talk sometime, just as a black man that's in a relationship, and just having conversations about what's the optimal relationship, or if you're in a relationship, what some of the do's and don'ts are. Do you care for your woman? Things of that nature. Is it okay to protect the woman? Is it okay to talk about protecting your woman? I want to get into topics like that later on. And the reason why I'm having this discussion in the beginning is because, right now we all know that the Derek Jackson thing is the most popping thing in Black YouTube, but in YouTube and in social media. I don't know anything about Derek Jackson. I've never watched any of his shows. I've never seen a video of him. I only heard about him secondhand through Obsidian, things of that nature. So I have no idea who the brother is. I had no idea what he talked about. I never knew what him and Obsidian's beef was, any of that, him and Kevin Sam. I never invested any of my time into any of that, because as a man of my age, I just feel as it would be going backwards to engage in shit like that, because I'm in a relationship. I'm getting older, so it's time for me to worry about my legacy and make sure that everything I do in life and all the energy I use is to focus on doing things that will help my family, my kids, and my legacy, broaden or be cemented. But yeah, he broke the internet. He broke the internet. You had people on Twitter, Jamel Hill, other a lot of Roland Martin people. A lot of people are like, yo, this dude, and for me, it's like, I figured that, Psycho. For me, it's like this, right? The main topic that I want to talk about today in my show is three things I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is YouTube scammers, right? And how there's so many of them, right? And how this Derek Jackson being exploited, or his turn, because a couple weeks ago was Kevin Samuels' turn. It's cyclical, right? Like last year, like I remember Psycho pointed all this out. He was pointing out like it was like a yearly thing. Around this time, this happened, right? He was giving the synopsis on like last year, this time, this person got exploited. This year, this time, this person. So it's almost like every year we get these new exploitations. We get these new black YouTubers who get exploited for their scams, right? Like we can go all the way to Tommy, right? Fatherless, what's name, right? We can go to Tariq Nasheed, right? Like people don't call Tariq Nasheed a scammer, and they be like, well, he got hidden colors and he did this and that, right? Like he do have those, he does have those particular items that he's put out there. He's used the money that he's raised to put out there. But at the end of the day, Tariq Nasheed is a scammer. It's okay. It's okay to admit that Tariq Nasheed is running game. It's fine. It's not going to kill him. It's not even going to knock his hustle. It's not going to stop his hustle at all. Like if these YouTube scammers have shown us to be Teflon when it comes to being exploited and the exploitation actually bringing them down. They've proven that they're Teflon. And I don't think anything's going to happen to Derek Jackson. If anything, when these things happen, it seems like these people's numbers go back up. Hey, yo, can y'all get LA City out of here, man? Hey, yo, LA City. Look, matter of fact, I'm a LA City. You can come back and you can come on up. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to engage the trolls. I'm not even going to engage them. If y'all see anything that say LA City or anything like that, make sure y'all get him out of here, man. All my mods, get like all the trolls. If you a mod, all the trolls, get them out of here, especially LA City. Get him out of here. We're not doing that. I got a job. I own a business. How about that? And next week I'll go live and show you that I own a business. So how about that? How about that? How about that? What's going on, Penny Sparks? What's the deal, baby? How you doing? So yeah, and the thing with Derek Jackson is this, right? What people don't understand. Like Derek Jackson knew what he was doing, right? He knew that he knew what his hustle was, his whole physique and everything. You know what I'm saying? He knew what it was. His package was, let me make myself physically attractive, right? physically attractive to the point where it becomes my brand. I become a commodity. And then I'm going to use my physical attractiveness to talk about a particular topic because I've caught your eye with how I look. So now that I've got you in, I'm going to, go forth with this information that I think will benefit you. Whether or not I use the information, whether or not the information is coming to me. Dwayne, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming through, my G. Whether the information is coming through me, right? Or whether I'm using the information or not, but this is what I'm going to use. This is my package to use it, right? Then you have a brother like Brother Polite, right? Where he used black consciousness and all this and that. And it was just a scam, right? It was just a scam. Like he got the money, he got 2 wives, all that crazy shit, right? And then he comes on here and he acts like he's putting forth all this information. Have y'all really ever sat and listened to what these people say? Have you really just put on your real brain and process what they were saying? If you really did that and you got a street sense or just got a little game with you, you see the fucking hustle. Like, I mean, they're just Zaza Ali, where she got all the sisters in, her beauty, her prettiness, and they looking and they like, yeah, I want to be like Zaza. I want to have that peace. And she talk about her energy and she talk all this metaphysical shit and pseudo shit, right? You know what I'm saying? She reeled them in. Yeah, we're gonna have a what's the name? What's that? A retreat. We're gonna have a women's retreat. We're gonna go out and we're gonna put the sisterhood together, and they package the information together, and we're gonna go out to the retreat, and we're gonna go out there, and we're gonna just sit and talk, and we're gonna figure out, we're gonna align our chakra with the universe. Like they get all the new talking points, right? Like they pay attention to what's going on. Like dating coaches was the thing. So they're like, okay, dating coaches is a hustle. It's no different than cats on the block seeing one cat make money selling weed. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to go get that too. I mean, the YouTube scammers that ascend to the highest heights are now numerous. It's just not Derek Jackson. It's just not Kevin Samuels. It's Tommy Sotomayor. It's Umar Johnson. It's Zaza Ali. No disrespect to you, Willie D. No disrespect. But even you got exploited for running a scam. The cell phone scam. Like, think about this. This is a world-renowned hip-hop artist, and he had to resort to scamming people based off of them trusting him and trusting his name and trusting his brand. So they're not thinking Willie D. No, Willie D. not going rob me. And it's like people line up to be scammed. It's like people show up every night to these people channels just to be scammed. Umar is a scammer. Umar Johnson is a scammer. I'm gonna get to him. Umar is a scammer, Sweet Pea, because this is why Umar Johnson is a scammer, Sweet Pea. And I'm gonna tell you the main reason why. Because Sweet Pea, this is the thing. It may take time to build a prep school because that's an arduous, complex task. But the problem that I have is he's not transferring into executive. He's still on here having beefs with people, petty shit. So he's not transferring to headmaster status. Right? He has to lead young men. It comes a time where he has to step away from feeding his ego through this social media means and start feeding the brains of the young people that he sought to educate. Let's keep it 100. If you're planning on building a school, the guy Kennedy in New York, is he on Facebook and YouTube? Steve, what's his name? The other, even though I don't really, Steve Perry, even though I don't agree with everything Steve Perry say, but Steve Perry is a charter school advocate, right? Young Pseudo, what's up, Faulkner? What's going on, bro? Thanks for coming through, my brother. I appreciate the love. Young Pseudo, and all these people got this from watching Tommy, right? And then they go to jail, they learn scams, right? And then they come back and they scam the people. Like, that's what's happening. It's like people come because they know black people are thirsty for good quality information. So they come with the good quality information and then they have the scam. Maurice Delk, my brother. One love, bro. One love, my brother. Yes, exactly. You know, I always listen to a Hove or a something Dame Dash has said on Oskino's podcast, right? And it was something Jay said. It was somebody Russell Simmons said. My man that I went to elementary school with was helping Russell Simmons build that global wide world web when he came out with that. And Russell's shit is this. This is Russell's shit, right? Russell Simmons shit is this. I may not be the smartest motherfucker in the bunch, but I'm going to hire smart people that's smarter than me to help me run my business. Umar Johnson hasn't done that. Umar Johnson hasn't showed you his staff. Umar Johnson hasn't said, well, you know what? You know what? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. That's what I said first. Jeffrey Canada, Renaissance. I said him first, right? He's not a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Because they too busy building and leading. Exactly, right? Where these people are feeding their egos. Derek Jackson sitting in a car with his shirt off, right? With his pants halfway pulled down is not teaching men how to be in good relationships. That's a magnetism for women to come to his channel and gawk at his physical features. And I ain't hating on the brother because there was a time where I worked out every day and my shit was stiff and women used to be on me like, but hey, it comes with the territory. I ain't mad at him. But we have to be honest when we assess these people, right? When they have these exploitive moments, right? Those of us who have knowledge of self, those of us who critically think, we have to be more honest about acknowledging these people as the scammers that they are. See, for me, this says a lot. For this man cheating to break the internet says a lot about this shit. Like at the end of the day, we're still just entertaining them. We're still just shucking and jiving. Right? But now we've learned how to put suits on the shuck and jive. Now we've learned how to, packages as high value and all this and that. We've learned to make the hustle optimal. See, the hustle, scamming people was always a middle thing, right? But they seen Bernie Madoff pull it off. They seen other people pull it off. Said like, oh shit, let me take my scamming to a whole nother level. Let me polish my scamming up. Like they scamming us, y'all. And then we're wondering why we're so derelict in so many other areas of life. Because we're like the moth to the flame. If we see something bright and exciting, we all flock to it, thinking that light, it's like a come to Jesus moment. No, put some shades on. If you put shades on, you just chill in the back, you'll be able to pay attention and decipher who's who and who's not. I mean, all the beefs that we watch in these sectors in Black YouTube, all the beefs that we watch, all this is about people saying, you're cutting into my scam. Wolf of Wall Street, right? Selling you penny stocks. I'm going to tell you what's really going to knock people off their socks when they find out that Bitcoin is a scam. That's going to tear people to shreds. What's the dude, the Tulsa, Oklahoma shit, the Tulsa Fund? What's his name? What's that cat name? Somebody in the chat help me out. Jay something. Jay Morris, right? Jay, what's his name? Is that his name? Jay Morrison? I think that's his name. Help me out, right? Scam. Everybody I remember I was having a conversation in the barbershop with my boy, and he was like, yeah, Uncle Buck, man, I think I'm going to check that out, man. I was like, man, that shit is a scam. That shit is a scam. And that shit was a scam. The church is a scam. See, they know a people that's desperate to find culture, to find a nation, to find to find wholesome in this living, in this global living. They know they're desperate for something, right? Like all other cultures, they have something that they can look forward to or look to, right? We're the only ones who just at the mall and we just in every store talking about, is this it? Is that it? Is this us? Is this what's going to help us? Is this what? Listen, y'all, all that shit we looking for resides in us. Like, it's so bad now. The church is a scam, sweet pea. I'm sorry, baby. The church is a scam. The modern day church in America is a money scam. That comedian, what's his name? Black, right? What's his name? Something Black. He's a funny ass comedian, white dude, right? He got this book he wrote called 50 Bullshit Jobs, right? The 50 bullshittest jobs in the world. Y'all, no preacher on there in the top 10, politician in the top 25. Because it's a scam, y'all. Nobody should have to pay to have a relationship with Jesus Christ if they believe in that. Nobody should have to pay to come and sit and fellowship with other people that have the same spiritual alignment. You shouldn't have to give 10% of your income to anything besides your family. Like, we don't want to be honest in the fact that we're being scammed. I remember my cousin, she AME church. She told me she went to a convention in Atlantic City, right? Now she like the pastor's right-hand man. She coming up in the game. So, she's trying to be a pastor. So while she's in divinity school, she's doing her internship, right? With the AME church shit, right? So they had an annual, convention in Atlantic City, right? I know a lot about the church, sweet pea. I went to Catholic school. I was raised in a Baptist family. I went to a Lutheran summer program. See, sweet people, what you don't understand in America, right? What happens in America with this church thing, right? See, it comes at you in waves, right? It ain't just one thing. It come at you in waves. See, what you don't understand is, right, and you should understand is being in Africa and seeing how the missionaries came to Africa and did what they did. See, we have missionaries too, right? They call vocational Bible school. Now, when I was younger, the white churches used to come in the community and try to attract the kids to come to the vocational Bible school because they wanted to calm the savages. I went to a Lutheran vacation Bible school. So I was baptized Lutheran, went to a Catholic school, and was raised in a Baptist household. So please don't tell me about I don't know about church. That's a lot of church right there. That's a hell of a lot of church. I'm baptized I go to the school where the people who baptized me killed them, right? And the people who my mom prayed to come from both groups. So I know a lot about church. Church is a scam. So let me tell you what my cousin said. So she said she come in the room because she wanted to bring the pastor. She said when she walked in the room, they all pulled guns out. Why? Why they pull guns out? Because at the end of the day, it was a hustle. And they was trying to protect that bread. And they was in there counting that bread. How many times? Look at Eddie Long or Bishop T.D. Jakes or Creflo Dollar talking about I need a new jet. All this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Have you in there putting your money in the basket and shit. Talking about I need a new jet. Think about that. I bet you was some parishioners in his church that probably couldn't even feed themselves that night. Talking about he need a new jet. It's a hustle, y'all. And what we got to pay attention to, just like politics. Politics is a hustle. And we being hustled all around the board. And this Derek Jackson shit is just another fucking notch in the belt of YouTube hustlers. They undefeated, y'all. From Brother Polite to Tommy to Umar to Reek right? And then they pick the names Tariq Nasheed, Umar Johnson, right? So they already giving you, you know, the pro-blackness, right? So if you got any little residence in that or residue from that kind of thing in you, and you hear those names, like they learn how to package it. And if you look behind them, it's always some white manager or somebody, some handler showing them what to do. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. In my block, on the 2-3 blocks of the hood I used to live in, it's 4 churches. And y'all, it's so many abandoned buildings, burned out buildings. It's so many fucked up infrastructures in my neighborhood, and it's 4 churches. It's a big mega church that Jesse Jackson have been to, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Obama. They all been to Shiloh Baptist Church. That's the Boule black church in my community. My neighborhood is fucked up. Mr. Rudd, what's good, bro? Fucked up. So where do we go? When do we look at these people and say, yo, enough is enough? Like, or when do we just acknowledge, yo, man, I'm here to be scammed? If you say that, I ain't got no problem with it. If you readily admit I'm here to be scammed, then I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. But we can't act like these people are really bringing valuable information when we know it's just a scam. Like a lot of women like, man, fuck that. Derek look good, man. Fuck all that. I don't care, right? And like, y'all see why he picked that woman that he picked. He picked it because she was no competition. He ain't have to worry about her becoming bigger than him. His ego will not be bruised. He will always be in charge. He will always be the star of his relationship, of his universe, of his motherfucking orbit. So he picked the plain Jane, sat her on the side, jump in his car, take off his shirt, talk to the ladies, and she just go to the bank and cash the checks, knowing that she's with a man that's out there openly selling himself to make money. Right? She's no competition to him. Then we look on the flip side. We see the Shira Sevens and the other chick that got arrested for scamming people out of their money. Right? I mean, Zaza Lee shit made it to national news, right? Because women like, damn, I done paid this money, and like it ain't even no motherfucking thing. And she right back on here. No, nothing. They just have their little mea culpa. They say they sent. And the crazy part about it is Kevin Samuels, he didn't even address any of that shit. He just let that shit like, sure, whatever. I'm showing up tomorrow. He took a couple days off. Obsidian and all them, Jessica and all them, they came to his rescue. They my peoples. I love you, Jessica. Big shots, baby. It's your man, AC. What's good with you? Rallo, what's good? No, that's not his wife when he was already married, Sweet Pea. That's his second wife. That ain't his first wife. That's his second wife. Right? And it's like, you know, and the thing is, it's like black people, we don't want to be sexualized by society, and we don't want white people to look at black men as sexual being, but that's what he played into. He played right into that stereotype. Black, sexy, whatever. And that was his push. That was his shit. So once he got you there with the physicality, then he started talking that bullshit, and you know, he done put some shit together and, you know, read some self-help books on relationships and shit, white people shit, and then he just presented to black people and tell us this is what we need to listen to in order to have healthy relationships. And the whole time his relationship is fucked up. I don't know what church you went to, Sweet Pea, but I ain't never heard of no preacher tithing. Ever. So what about all the building funds, Sweet Pea? What about the church fund, the building fund, the chicken fund, the door fund? See, Sweet Pea, in America, black people, we have fun with church. We have fun talking about church. See, you talking to a bunch of people who was raised up in that shit. You talking to a bunch, all of us for the most part, had to experience the black church in some way, some form of fashion. Some way, some form of fashion. We, all of us in this chat, all of us that you're interacting with now, Sweet Pea, we have some relationship with the black church, whether it be negative or positive. We've watched it all our lives. We've watched the build fund. We've heard the convocations. We've heard all that shit and watched nothing happen. It's not like we're saying this to you or we're coming at Christianity because we are not knowledgeable of it. We're coming at it because but growing up in the church in Africa and growing up in the church in America is two different things. Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea, do you know in America, do you know every Sunday, every church preach the same thing? That they're all giving like the same message to preach on Sunday? do you do peace, Miss Dana? What's going on, Candace Dana? Peace, baby. Like, do you know that, Sweet Pea? Like, do you know, like, that's why we always can tell the joke and what they figured out, right? Because I was watching PBS one day, right? And this was when Reverend Wright, the Reverend Wright thing was popping off, right? And the guy that be on there, he had like 5 different religious leaders. He had a imam, he had a black imam, he had an Arab imam, he had a Jewish rabbi, he had a Southern Baptist preacher, and he had a black preacher. And the first question that he asked the black preacher is, what's going on in your church that y'all losing so many members? And the first thing the black preacher said, I don't know. He knew, because black people waking up, man. Just like white people. Like Sweet Pea over here in America, Catholic churches in white neighborhoods are abandoned. You have churches up for sale in America. I live in it's abandoned churches, Sweet Pea, all across Europe, all across America. White people are abandoning religion. Most churches nowadays are filled with Hispanics, West Indians, and Africans. New immigrants are now becoming the congregants of the church system in America. It's their turn to be scammed. Black people and white people, we've had enough. We don't want to be scammed anymore. We got Ponzi schemes. We got enough. We don't want to be scammed by credit card companies, cable companies, cell phone companies, internet providers. Like, we're being scammed all the way around. So we good on a church scam. I remember the church in my hood was having they every year they do this this giveaway, book bag giveaway, and those 2 or 3 times a year they take that nonprofit money or that tax-free money that they get from all the grants and all the things that they apply for and all the taxes that they don't have to pay, and every year they take some of that money and they give free stuff, right, that's been donated, right? So they're not really spending money because most of the stuff that they're giving away has been donated, right? So they have this big thing, and they had the fire trucks and the paint and all that out there. They have a lot of stuff out there going on, so they block off their side of the street. Now, there's one year they decided to block off their side of the street and our side of the street. So I'm coming down the street blocked off, so we can't even get to our homes. So I'm like, I moved the road thing out the way, right? So a guy come running out the church. I'm like, man, who can't move that? I was like, yo, how the fuck y'all gonna block our street off and then tell us we can't move it? Like, is the church on this side of the street? Well, we got a petition and show me the petition that anybody on this block signed that told y'all can block the street off. Nobody could produce that petition. So I go to the house. 5 minutes later, the damn preacher on my door talking about, hey, brother, can I talk to you? What you want to talk about, Rev? Well, brother, my people said that, you gave him a heart. Rev, get off my door, man. I know you just didn't come walk over here. I don't go to your church. I don't even know you. I know you just ain't come over here to ask me that I give your people a problem. He was like, no, I'm just saying, I'm sorry because he gave you misinformation. We did not get any petitions from anybody on the street. We just thought you guys would understand because we doing something good for the community. Right? Like, I was just supposed to adhere to that shit because they was the church. And then when I showed them, I don't give a fuck about that, they took offense. See, we got to stand up for ourselves, people. We getting scammed too much. Right? We get scammed too much. And you know where it come from? Know what prepped us? You know what got us conditioned for this? The church. The church got us conditioned to come in places and listen intently to scams, to fairy tales. Right? We can all tell the story of going to Sunday school or sitting in church with grandma. See, black people, we're oratory people, right? We like the stories. That's why the barbershop is the shit, right? Or when you at your uncle crib and your uncle's telling you, or a gangster telling you some stories and shit, we listen intently. Like if a motherfucker about to tell us some shit, some juicy shit, even if we know there's some lies mixed in there, we love that uncle that tell us the stories, or the grandfather that tell us the stories, or the grandmother be like, we walked to school, we walked 10 miles in the snow and the blinding blizzard, and like we love that shit. When you go down south and you meet them country cousins and they telling you the story about how they ran into the races, and we love that shit. And we don't go to church, so we flock to a place like this where Reverend Derek Jackson show up, or Reverend Camus Seven. Aries, what's up, bro? Right? Where Tommy Sotomayor, where see, like Tariq nailed it. He said, "Oh, this Hidden Colors. I'm gonna tell this story." People loved that elementary shit that he did. They loved it. People who didn't consume history, who didn't know how to research history, like they love that shit. Like, I remember, man, you watch that Hidden Colors, man, bruh. Those movies just scratching the surface of the shit black people have done in this world. Good morning, Brandy Davis. Good morning to you, sister. Thanks for coming through. Hooded One, what's good? Hooded One in the building. Yeah, y'all, please hit the like and subscribe button for me and the share button. You know what I'm saying? Let them know AC Star is on, right? So we love that shit. So when Umar Johnson get into his shit and he start kicking it, we think we listening to a preacher. You know, a lot of times we clap like, yeah, Red, preach, right? Tariq Nasheed had the fucking audacity to be like, I'm a minister. I'm a minister. This nigga said, I'm a minister. So you knew what he used to get the scam popping. He knew where to go. He knew the blueprint. See, I was thinking that we was into a Messiah thing and we had a Messiah complex, but now I think it's about our tradition as beings, and it goes back to our African DNA, which is very important. We love the oral story. We love to hear people talk shit. We love a good beef. We love good roasting. We love that shit. All this shit is black culture. So we already got, and we already got it in our DNA to have some kind of affinity for it. It's already in our muscle memory, right? That we like stories, that we like to be entertained, and we like to hear the leaders and the elders of the community, or the storytellers of the community, come out and give us that wisdom. We love that shit. That's why we get so taken by people who can speak. That's why you have the Michael Eric Dysons of the world, or the Neil Tyson DeGrassi's of the world, very articulate people like Obama. Obama oral skills got him elected. People was mesmerized by how that black man spoke, how he put words together. Even if you wasn't into that shit moved you. Right? It moved you. So now what we have is a bunch of people who understand that narrative and they're using it to make money, and then they're leaving their people in the dark, and then people are following them, and they're following them into, I'ma just say it, like RBR said, the proverbial cliff. So now it's Derek Jackson's turn. So you got grown men, right, commenting on who this brother fucking. And that's a little odd. If you don't do it in your normal life, don't do it to somebody who's famous. Let them be. It makes no sense to me. Like, we can be conditioned, but let our condition be to know when a scam is being put upon us. Now I see why it was so easy for the missionaries to come to Africa and hand people the Bible and then steal the whole goddamn country or the whole goddamn continent. And that's what's happening now. We're handing our lives over. We're subcontracting our lives over to dating coaches, pro-black, supposedly pro-black people, financial gurus, right? I'm sure people thought that what's the name was a fucking financial guru. Bernie Madoff was a financial guru, right? Bernie Madoff wasn't a financial guru. Bernie Madoff was a fucking thief, a scammer. All these people are saying they're experts, they're dating coaches, they're whatever. I don't even know how to name these fucking people. Then they tell you they're geopolitical experts and they're relationship experts, and they understand the black struggle because they was in the army and all this and that, and they don't be an expert on shit. And then when you come with a counter argument and you have the facts and you're an informed person, then they start calling you names and talking about you a leftist and all this crazy shit when the conversation has nothing to do with that. Peace, Antea. What's up, homie? Right, psycho. And now we on Bitcoin because everybody want to be a part of that. See, what human beings got to start understanding is we ain't no different than the insects, bugs, animals, and shit. The same shit that get them off kilter, and the light, the shiny object, right? Distract them with the shiny object. Distract them. Bitcoin is the shiny object. Distracting them. Right? My tongue is... just had him somewhere. I take my Tums, man. This acid reflux tearing me up. Jesus Christ. Right? I mean, even in this space, we've seen content creators, right, be politically inclined, right? And then when that didn't work, they switched to something else. And I don't have no problem with redefining your brand, but it's not redefining your brand. You're redefining your grift, right? If your grift was being a black conservative and now that didn't work for you, now your new grift is, oh, we got to blame the former generation to why black people, ain't making it. Our parents was the problem, not the policies, not the fact that they was just getting on their feet and they was just getting their hustle on and just really getting into the work industry and really didn't know about transferring wealth, really didn't know about handing down things because they was just learning how to be worker bees their motherfucking self. Right? So now we got the game spitters, and I love Platinum. You know what I mean? Big shout outs to Plat, Kuda, all them guys. But what I'm hearing is a lot of people are slowly putting their scams in there. A lot of people are coming in there trying to be cult leaders. Like this, how you know Bitcoin was a scam, right? Man, I don't know if y'all remember. It was a guy. He had a lot of money in his Bitcoin, but he forgot his password, right? And he had 3 attempts to get it. And when he didn't get it on the 3rd attempt, his money just got flushed away. What kind of shit is that? What kind of John Brown bullshit is that? Here, I done invested in this shit, and because I can't remember the password, I lose my money. Now, if that ain't a scam, I don't know what is. Imagine you going to a bank, right? And you go to the ATM and you make 3 attempts, and now they keep your card, but then you go into the bank and say, hey, man, I forgot my password. It kept my card. And then, oh, Mr. Clark, your money gone. Your money gone, Mr. Clark. Like, it's gone. There's nothing you could do about it. Think about that shit. And I mean, he had millions. Like, this wasn't a little bit of money. This was life-changing, fuck what you heard money. And he just 280 million, and he just threw it away. Like, fuck it. That's bullshit. You can't take $280 million from somebody and say, because you forgot your password, you lose the money. Bitcoin would have no longer existed after that. They would have been like, Bitcoin investor Arthur Clark loses it. Whatever little bit of money he had left, he used it to make sure he destroyed Bitcoin. It would not exist. I'm arguing with motherfucking GMT and my man. What's my man name, y'all? On Red's channel that owed me the $100 for the bet, still ain't paid me. Odinga, right? I'm going crazy over them two over $200. Not that I really needed it, but it was just the principle of the shit. You take $280 million from me, man. Listen, ain't no motherfucking like. If anything, you should want me to get my money back, because if I keep investing, it's only going to keep your scam going. But because you know your scam on its way out, you just got to get all you can now. Quasi, what's good, bro? Peace, bro. So, yo, man, like, we in, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say about this, but I think the more, like, these scandals come up and the more black people are distracted by the shiny object, the more we're just going to lose a lot in the back end. As we're looking at this shiny object, Biden is fucking opening the borders, right? So that's more Latinos coming in to take our place while we staring at Derek Jackson. We're not creating any industries. They're getting rich. We're giving them their money. We're giving them the money. We're still working for corporate America. We're still going to work every day. We're still being entrepreneurs, whatever we're being. And while we're paying attention to him and we're not being politically astute and we're not really understanding what the parties are doing, these motherfuckers are letting 10 billion motherfuckers in. Right? Because we keep getting distracted. Now we're going into conspiratorial shit. Now we want to believe in conspiracy theories, and now we want to believe in metaphysics shit, which not tied to us. We don't need metaphysics. We don't need that. We don't need to bend the universe or bend the arc to defend us or protect us. We don't need that. We're naturally attached to the universe. We're naturally attached to the earth, right? All we have to do is stay on point. Become focused, become disciplined, and stop being scammed. Stop chasing after every bright light that flash upon us. See, the reason why Derek Jackson and Kevin Samuels are successful, because men follow women and women follow men that they're attracted to or men that they think they can't get. So men are following the women that's following Derek Jackson. Men are following the women that's following Kevin Samuels. And as all of us are following these scammers, we're getting fucked on the back end. And these scammers don't care because they got enough money and they're in a particular space where the shit that's bothering us won't bother them because it's not even their realm. Kevin Samuel and Derek Jackson don't have to worry about Mexicans because it ain't a dark-skinned Mexican that's going to come telling black people about relationships. There's not a skinny metrosexual Mexican that's going to come tell black people about being metrosexual and changing your physical features to look European so the world can accept you. They don't have to worry about competition from the Mexicans with that. Their space is safe. It's the rest of us that have to compete. It's the rest of us that have to find the political ground, the economic ground, the community ground, the social ground, right? The geopolitical ground to compete, to survive, to flourish. Right? We don't have the option to, check out. We can't leave and become immigrants of another country. We got to stay here for the most part. So while we're constantly dependent on others and subcontracting out the best parts of our life, which is love, right? Relationships, right? Self-esteem, right? Ambitions, right? We're subcontracting these things out to the Derek Jacksons, the Kevin Samuels, the other content creators, and we're saying, hey, listen, this is too hard work for me to do. So can you give me a get rich quick way of doing it? Can you give me the uber fast way of finding a mate? Can you give me the uber fast way of doing this? Can you give me the uber fast way of finding riches, right? And what we're finding is those things don't have staying power. They're here today, gone tomorrow. They're like the hacky sack, right? They're like little cultural icons that's here today, gone tomorrow. Cabbage Patch Kids, Garbage Pail Kids, My Little Pony, right? That shit was popping when it was here. That shit is gone now. Serves no purpose. Right? And if y'all don't believe that the Bitcoin shit was look what they did when those new I guess you would call them news prospectors, new economic prospectors, the young cats that want to control the markets, right? When they did the whole GameStop shit, right? Just some fuck shit. Just knew if they evaluated it and knew if they put a lot of money into the market and liquefy the market, that the bells will light up and people would jump on it, right? Just to show what a scam it was. Just to show, like, yo, the stock market is craps. If you ain't never played craps, don't play the stock market. If you ain't never went in the alley and shot dice, don't fuck with the stock market. If you can go back and get some money out of a shoebox after you lose this band, don't fuck with it. It's beyond a game of chances. And 9 times out of 10, most people who make a lot of money on it got some inside information. Yo, another thing I want to talk about briefly is the anti-Asian hate thing, man. Like, I don't know what that's about. Like, I don't know how all of a sudden the whole idea of Asians being attacked based on the coronavirus and how that came to be black people's fault. Like, how we're the ones. Yes, the odds are totally against you, right? And then, it's like those commercials they tell you on the cars and shit where they're like, come down, you get a car today. Just bring your check stub and $100, you get a car today. Right? You know them commercials? And then at the end of the commercial, that's the shit you should have been listening to. Because in that shit, that's where you're going to find out the finance charges are like 30%. That's where you're going to find out that $200 is just tax and tags. And you still need to bring another $1,000. That's where you're going to find out that car they're going to put you in is a 2007 Ford Festiva, right? With 50,000 miles on it. But they just brought it from the auction for $1,000. So they about to sell it to you for $9,000. Like, that's what that is. Right? Like, that's what that is. Because we don't read the fine print. We don't read the fine print on the people we go and entrust to make our lives better. We don't do none of that shit. We just be like, where I sign at? Where I sign at? Because they long as they cover themselves, right? So if you go to court, and you know and I'm gonna get on that too, Ted. That's a good point. I'm gonna get on that in a minute. And you go to court and be like, Your Honor, they got me on the limit. All the fucking people at the car dealership got to do is play the tape with that shit, be like, blah, 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 and slow it down, and then it'd be like ARP 39.7%. This deal is only available to people who make $50,000 or more. We can't guarantee your car is going to be new when you get here, right? Like once they push that and slow it down, the judge gonna throw your shit out of court because, oh, it's covered, Mr. Clark. They told you exactly what they were gonna do to you. It was up to you to read the fine print. See, that's how they get you when they scam you. They tell you, oh, it was up to you. I remember I had a credit card, right? And they taking $6 every month, right? The payment and $6. I'm like, well, what's the $6 for? The lady was like, oh, that's to help you get your credit together. Well, wait. How paying you $6 is helping me get my credit together? Oh, well, it's because we gave you a card to help you get. Oh, so I gotta pay y'all $6 plus all the fees plus what I use because y'all was nice enough to give me a car. I said, lady, you take that card and you shove it up your ass. I'm not gonna pay you for the honor of paying you again and every month. But I didn't read the fine print because it was in there that they would charge me $6 every month. It was in there. I just wanted that $3,000 credit card. I didn't see the $6 a month. All I seen was the shiny $3,000 offer for Arthur Clark. Oh, let me get that. But then when the bills started coming, I'm like, wait a minute, man, I'm not even using this fucking car. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is my stash on the side, shit get bad car. If it rained for a week or two and I can't cut grass but every other day, this is that card. I ain't even using this $6. And that's when I realized, like, whoa, I got to start learning to read the fine print. I see y'all having a long conversation with Sweet Pea about that church thing. Word up. See, y'all, that's the power. That's the power of what they did with the missionaries. They have this woman thinking this beautiful black sister from the most amazing continent on the face of the earth, thinking that something outside of her is the determiner of her trajectory. That a religion that took on a man who wasn't even a Christian, who was a Jew by all accounts, took his life and said, we're going to make this the basis of our religion. And forget to tell people, oh, by the way, he wasn't a Christian. Right? They never tell people that. The Christians never tell people that Jesus Christ, per the story, right, per the fairy tale, was never a Christian. He was a Jew, right? He was part of the Judaism clan crew. Right? Hustle. Just straight hustle. Straight hustle. But yo, this Asian hate thing, man, I don't know what this is, man, because for me, where was these people when the Asian guys was beating up the sisters in the hair stores? Where were they? Where was the stop the black woman beat down by Asian hair store owners? Where was that at? Like, where is the executive order to protect the black women who were getting punched in their face by Asian men in stores? Like, where's that at? But now, because Donald Trump started this China flu, Kung Fu shit, right? And see, the black people that may be doing this are black people who affiliate with him. And what white America needs to know is we're not accountable for those people. We've thrown them away. They've chose their path. Because for the most part, black people just don't go around attacking Asian people. Like that ain't our thing. That ain't never been our thing. We just don't go around punching Chinese people in the face. Because they ain't really, like, after a while, when you have Chinese people in the community, after a while, if they're not fuck dicks and assholes, they kind of become a part of the community. I remember we had a Chinese restaurant in our neighborhood, and I watched the little boy grow up, and the little boy went from Chinese to Fedex, to New York Fedex, to having the freshest Jordans. And when he came to the counter, he'd be like, yo, what's good? Like, it wasn't no more, how can I help you? It was like, yo, what's good, buck? Right? Because he had become a part of the community and the culture. And I think that's why his parents shut it down, because we had turned their son black. My man Song owned the store, right? Korean dude owned the store. Ben and Pop owned the store. Mr. Frank owned the store. Song grew up in the store. Next thing you know, Song tricking, all type of shit. Song, I love you if you watching. He tricking, all type of shit. His wife telling him, oh my God, you one of them people. Literally telling him you a nigga now. So I don't see, like the Jeremy Lin thing, right? Like, what Jeremy Lin got to understand is, and this is real talk. I don't know if y'all felt like this, but this is how I felt. When the Jeremy Lin phenomenon was popping, I didn't like that shit because the Knicks is my team and Carmelo Anthony is my motherfucking mans. And here they propping this YMCA All-American. They propping him up like he a superstar. Now, the buzz had him going. He had a few moments, right? But look at his career. He went to Houston, flamed out. They gave him all that bread, he flamed out. Went some riffs. They gave him all that bread, he flamed out. What Jeremy Lin has to understand is the backlash that he's receiving now has nothing to do with the coronavirus. It has to do with, bruh, those people propped you up because you was Asian. And they shitted on black people to put this cornball, soft-ass Asian dude, right, as the face of the NBA. Because they wanted Jeremy Lin so bad to be the face of the NBA. Where was the people at when Latasha Harlins got shot and killed? Right? Like, damn, man, that's fucking out. I got my tongue. I just had it. Where my tongue's at, man? Y'all got acid reflux so bad, man. This should be having me coughing like I got lung problems or something. But it's just acid. Like I got acid reflux. Bad. Jesus. Right? So now we have this thing where you got these people coming out saying, black people, you know, we need y'all to talk to your people. And it's, you know, it's like, it's a lot of people that's like, you know, trying to talk to black people, like saying, like coming to us saying, hey, we're in solidarity with you guys. And then they, like, it's so crazy, right? Like, then you got them trying to get all these black people to talk about the vaccine and all this and that. And my thing is, well, if y'all wasn't so full of shit and y'all had a real relationship with us, y'all wouldn't need this shit. Y'all wouldn't need to have these, hey, black people, you know, like if y'all treated us like regular people the other 364 days of the year, or when shit wasn't traumatic to y'all, then y'all wouldn't have to have these new forays into, hey, black people, like what y'all talking about? Where was y'all at when Peter Liang shot and killed that brother in that hallway? All those Chinese people marched so that Chinese dude who killed that Chinese cop who killed that black man could get less time. And it worked because he got probation for taking a man's life. It worked. But so do Ogun, because that black prosecutor died maybe a month later. For selling his people out to appease some Chinese people in his district that unfortunately couldn't vote for his fuck ass. Where were they at? You have a whole nation saying we will stand up to anti-Asian hate. Where y'all at when these Asian people do foul shit to black people? Where y'all was at when that Asian dude said to that young YouTuber who was looking for a house in Arizona, that's right, I'm racist. I don't want you here. Where was all this at? It didn't exist. See, because everybody else is worthy of sympathy. Everybody else is worthy of conversations and executive orders and like, you know, like the immigrants at the border, they're a priority. The Asians a priority. The only motherfucking people in America that aren't a priority is black people. We're not a fucking priority. We're not a priority in our own lives. We're not a priority in the government. We're not a priority to others. But soon as we do some shit or soon as shit look fuzzy or shady, we need to join in. We need to align with them. Who the fuck aligns with us? We see what Black Lives Matter did. They got all the motherfucking money and went and spent it on each other. And then protecting each other, then defending each other. Charlemagne come to the defense of Tamika Mallory, like, oh. What did she say, Taya? I didn't see that. I didn't see what Jenny Ma said on the reel. They do care about Asian, Sweet Pea. Y'all is really going in on that religion conversation. Like, whew, like that's another thing, man. Like, I don't know how people who was born in northern America could ever say that they're Moabs, Israelites, any of that shit. Like, I don't get it. I'm not knocking y'all. I mean, have at it. But I don't get it. I don't get how we don't even want to be what we are, but we ready to go be what we not. Like, that blows my mind. Like I mean, and I think that's why we get so bamboozled because we're hoping to take this blackness off and put on something else. I don't know, but I don't know what this thing. And the few attacks that I seen wasn't necessarily like because the people were Asian. It was because the people who attacked them were fucking nuts. They were fucking crazy. Like, right? Like, nobody talks about the dude in San Francisco, the white dude who punched the old lady in the face, right? Punched the old Chinese in the face, and she gave him that business. She like 70 something. He left on the stretcher. I don't know what that Chinese lady did, but he left on the stretcher. She was a little itty bitty thing, and he swelled her up. Her shit was shut, closed. But guess what? Not only did he leave on a stretcher, but while they was rolling his ass away, that old lady was trying to get some more. She was trying to get some more. She was like, you know what? I want some more. And they was like, oh, the ambulance and the color, ho, nan, ho, chill. She trying to hit him again. So I don't know exactly where, right? They're seeing these incidents where a lot of black people are attacking Asian people. I think a lot of these things are just fights, just things that are happening. And because the environment is so juicy and so filled with racial animus, that any instances of violence or any instances of interactions or confrontations is just bumped up to where it's Asian on black or black on Asian. Now, there are some instances where the people utter racial epithets towards the Asian people before they attack them. And what I say to that is, if a person attacks a person because of their race and they get caught for it, prosecute them. They don't get no sympathy from me. Even though I know the Asian community don't get two fucks about black people, I'm not gonna co-sign somebody doing some fuck shit to other people, especially based on ethnicity and all that shit. Because the thing with black people who do that, this is what I say to them: take that shit on who you really mad at, the white man. Don't take that shit out on the Mexicans and the Asians and all that, and the Arabs and shit. Don't. If an Arab treats you like shit, then you treat him like shit. But don't do it because you're afraid to go challenge the motherfuckers that you really got beef with. Can y'all hear me? Check 1 2. Can y'all hear me? See what y'all talking about in the chat. Y'all still on this religious thing. Jesus Christ. Y'all really on that shit heavy. Hey man, that's y'all. I'm out of that shit. Like, I don't really get into that shit. Like, it's a hustle to me. The church is a hustle, and all these people on YouTube, Reverend Tariq, Reverend Umar, Reverend Tommy, Reverend Kevin, Reverend O'Shea, right? Like, that's why O'Shea had a church music. Like, O'Shea knew exactly what he's doing, right? Like he one of those ones who will admit to you, I was raised in the church, right? He will admit it. And they understood. Word. And my assistant is here. Hi, assistant.
Hi.
How are you today, assistant?
Good.
You're a good assistant?
Yeah.
Don't squeeze the thing, assistant. You're going to break it. Is school done for you, assistant?
Yes.
You done? Is grandma going to get you lunch?
No.
She's not going to get you lunch?
No.
Why not?
It's because she just doesn't want to.
She doesn't want to? What, you done piss grandma off today?
No.
All right, well, let me finish the show, buddy. I'll be down in a few, okay?
What about the train store?
We can do that later. We'll talk about it later. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm live, Jay. I'm live. Close the door. Yeah, close the door and then close the other door, please. Thank you. So yeah, so they figured out how, right? So it's a hustle to me, Sweet Pea. And it's for the Asian thing. What did Jenny Ma say? Taylor, you didn't say what Jenny Ma said, or I missed it. Let me go back and see what she said. Oh, I missed it. I must have missed it. Did I miss it? What did Jenny Ma say, Taya? What did she say? I missed it. I must have missed that. No, it's not the congregation's duty to maintain the church. As a matter of fact, it's the church to serve the people. It seems the people are serving the church. Yo, so the other topic I wanted to talk about was the Colorado thing, man. The Colorado shooting. Another mass shooting in Colorado. I attribute those mass shootings in this country and all that killing. I attribute it to all the dead natives that lived here. When things like this happen and we have I attribute the murder in my city to all the all the wars and all the natives that were killed and that were brutally murdered by the settlers and so when I see things like that, when I see that kind of energy manifest itself in mass killings and this guy, just snaps the fuck out, right? Because, he's Syrian born American citizen, right? Coming from Syria, and that culture and trying to acclimate. He wasn't white. He's not, well, I mean, we'll see him as white, but he's an Arab, right? He's Syrian, right? Like, so even though he might be an Alawite, right? He might be an Alawite Arab. I don't even think they're Muslim. I don't even think they practice Islam, his family or whatever. But, right? This is my take on it. If they knew he was Muslim, they would have killed him. Them cops would have killed him, but they thought he was a white man. See, they see his physical features and they thought he was a white dude. So that's why they took him alive. Because we know if he was black or if he was, if they knew what his name was and they could identify him with that Arab name, they would have took him out. They dick would have got hard to take him out. If it was known to those SWAT officers or those police people on that, they would have took him out. They would have took him out. They would have been like, "Yo, we got us a raghead on the line." Oh, it would have went through the whole system, right? Oh, he's an Arab. Get him, right? But he was a white man, so those other white men had sympathy for him. They couldn't see themselves necessarily killing a white man. Right? Because that's what they seen. They didn't see an Arab dude. They seen a white dude. And he walked out of there, handcuffed. Like, think about that. He walked to the police car after killing 10 people with one cop and one ambulance guy. We've watched little kids have more officers around them. I've watched 5-year-olds get handcuffs put on them and walk to the patrol car where more cops than this man who just killed 10 people did. Like, they're so bold with it, right? They're so bold with it, right? That no matter how many times these instances happen, the white defendant always gets preferential treatment. They always get to go to trial. George Floyd didn't get to go to trial. Think about it. In Colorado, in Utah, in Colorado, they killed the young dude, the young brother, right? Months ago. Killed him. He had no gun. He killed nobody. Now, he was having a bad day. And the family told him that he was having a bad day. And they killed him. This man killed 10 people, including one of their own. Right? Oh, yeah. Hey, Triple OG. What people don't understand, the civil war in Syria is about whiteness. It's about the Alawites. The Bashar al-Assad belongs to what you call Alawite Muslims. I ain't never even heard of no shit like that. Alawite Muslims. Right. He lived to shoot another day. I agree, M. Davenport. They are. Dylan Roof, Burger King. The dude at the Aurora, Colorado. He got to go home. This guy. What about the guy in Walmart with the water gun? He didn't kill anybody. He's dead. Philando Castile, licensed gun owner. He's dead. He's dead. Didn't kill anybody, in the car with his wife and kid. And at that moment, the scene was so crazy. The only person, when Philando Castile got killed, the only sane, logical, mature person was the fucking little baby girl in the back. The cop wasn't mature. The girl wasn't mature. Right? Philando dead. Dead. This man killed 10 people, murdered, cold blood, deaded them. He walked out limping, like he just went in there and took a bag of chips and got caught trying to climb out. Like, this is crazy, right? And instead of us having people who talk about this on this platform, we got people talking about how to get bitches and all this crazy shit and how to get a high value man and all this shit. And these niggas was pickpockets and scammers and, you know what I'm saying, and married regular women so they can feel superior to them. Just flawed ass people. And then we wonder why a guy can go and kill 10 people and be of another race and walk out free. Or a man could be arguing with his woman, walk away from the cops and get shot 7 times. Because he's black. In the back. And then in that same instance, a white boy can go and kill people when the people stand up to say that was wrong, that man got shot in the back 7 times. When the people stand up to say, oh, a white boy come out there with an AK-47 and kill 2 of them and maim another one, and then get celebrated and get put in safe houses. Taz, what's good, Taz? Taz, you tore them niggas up yesterday. I felt sorry for them niggas. Like, Jesus. I felt terribly sorry for them niggas. I felt sorry for them niggas. Like, I felt sorry for them. You put them niggas in the figure 4. They was not having it. Then they're like, oh, get on topic. Get off my neck and get on topic. Get off my neck, Taz, and get on topic. Now they want to get on topic. Wait a minute. I was the topic. Now that I done flipped it, now y'all want to get back on topic. Regular YouTube shit, man. Get back on topic. Oh, now you want to get back on topic. All right. But you did a good job transitioning. And that's what show your skill, bro, because you jumped right back on topic. It was very agreeable at the same time. That's what I'm talking about. The Pookies is undefeated this week, right? Like, we undefeated this week. Like, Rude just, whew, that was a, whew. And then Taz came the next day and just, you know what I mean? I ain't had my chance yet. I think I'm going to go on Bernard Riley next week. I think I'm a rep for the Pookies heavy. I got a couple debates he want to line up for me, so I'm going to go rep the Pookies heavy. Because I'm a Pookie, y'all. Don't get it twisted. Like, I was a nerd. I was born a nerd, but environments, you know, change niggas, and it changed me. Yeah, man. So to all my Asian people out there that's listening, like, black people don't got no beef with y'all, man. We like y'all women, man. We like y'all food. You know what I mean? We like to give our birds money to come buy y'all weaves and shit so they can look good and shit. You know what I'm saying? When we take them to the cookouts and shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no beef with y'all. If anything, if I could ask anything of the Asian community, yo, man, stop turning your nose up at us and shit, right? Like, stop thinking that, you know, we all the bitch that come in there with the rollers in her head talking about let her get her chicken wings fried hard and don't put no broccoli in her rice. We ain't on like that. We ain't on like that. Some of us just give us a couple more hot sauces in the bag, couple more, give us a little more napkins than you usually give, and we good. Like, stop being stingy on the sweet and sour packets. We good. Like, we good. We don't got no beef with y'all. Like, we know y'all just got here, but y'all can't come here acting like y'all better than us and shit and taking y'all cues from them people because they the ones that don't like y'all. They the ones that's threatened by y'all. We ain't threatened by y'all. We don't live around y'all. We don't know y'all. And then when we do get around y'all, bitch, y'all girls, y'all women be wanting to come with us. So we don't got no beef with y'all. Right? So y'all gotta see what happens is all these nationalities taking their cues from white people when they come in. White people don't go around to black people. Stay away from them African American. And that this includes the Africans, this includes the West Indians, this includes the Latinos. They tell all y'all to stay the fuck away from us. And then when y'all get over here, y'all act crazy. Like the Mexican came up on Mo Channel the other day talking about, Arthur, why you don't like white people so much, Arthur? What's wrong with your problem with white people, Arthur? Like, I don't get it, Arthur. Did they do something to you, Arthur? And I'm like, yo, my man, you know how dumb you sound right now? Like, you champion a dude who came down the escalator calling your whole nationality a bunch of rapists and fucking drug dealers and shit. And you coming on here coming at me talking about why I don't like white people. Like, you sound stupid. Like, you can't be their mascot. They don't want no more. They got enough. It's a line around the corner of fucking non-white people who want to be white fucking mascots. You got to take a number, bro. The whole black manosphere in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Did you turn in your application to the Candace Owens Foundation? They the ones who approve it. Right? It's a lot of people you got to get to before you can become a mascot of white race. I love Mo Triple OG. See, Mo, like, I don't know. I mean, sometimes we want to get away from who we are, and sometimes we could go too far in trying to do that. But when Mo is a black man, and it's some shit Mo does say, like, this nigga black, man. I don't give a fuck how much right wing shit this nigga talk. At the end of the day, this is a black man, right? So we just, you know, it's just so many people, so many ethnicities that come here and they already get that talk. You know how we got to give our kids that talk. I remember, and somebody even said that, like, it's now the Asians have to give their kids a talk like the blacks. No, they don't. No, they don't. Once this fucking coronavirus shit has calmed down and the pandemic and life get back to normal, they not gonna be randomly attacking Asians anymore. And the crazy part about it is, y'all don't even go to the motherfucker who started it. Y'all come to black people. Y'all don't go to Fox News, who allow the former president of the United States to be on their airwaves calling it the Wuhan flu and the China flu. And I keep saying this to you Asians. A lot of people can't differentiate y'all. So when they see y'all, they see China man. They don't see Korean. They don't see Taiwanese. They don't see Japanese, right? They see China man. So stop coming at us with their shit. Stop coming at us telling us we need to have some overall mea culpa and join the black and brown coalition. No, we're good. There is no black and brown coalition. There is none. So to all you Asian stars and people of means and people of status, stop coming on TV talking to us. You can't have it one way. You can't come to us when we attack one of y'all, but y'all don't come to us when one of y'all attack us. You can't be that way. And that's what happens with everybody. It's like they don't come to our defense, but the minute one of us do something to them, we're supposed to come to their defense. No, you deal with that individual person. Yeah, Mr. Rudd, remember him? Chong, what was his name? Chong something. That motherfucker had about 1 million surgeries on his hand. That motherfucker went from no cast to an iron cast. Like that motherfucker be in every 2 Live video with a new little shit on his arm, right? He had an iron thing. Like, what was wrong with that nigga hand? Like that nigga hand just went through it. The whole shake what your mama gave you, don't stop, get it. Like that, like he went from with 2 hands to that motherfucker just was one hand banded, kind of like I am right now. Yeah, I punched the motherfucker the other day, man. I fucked my arm up, man. I gotta be careful, man. Fuck my shit all up. Yo, man, and the last story I got, man, I'm gonna start doing these stories. And the reason why is because with me trying to start a media channel, I gotta be objective. I can't just highlight stories that are detrimental to us or, you know, highlighting others doing things to us or others being oppressed. I gotta be transparent and be objective on the board. So my third and last story, no, that's just gonna be my next to last story. Is I don't know if y'all paying attention to the Miami spring break shit, right? It was a disturbing incident that happened down there. It's a white girl from up here where I live at in Bucks County. That's, you know, I live in Trenton. Bucks County is right across the bridge. It's 2 minutes from where I'm at right now. Literally 2 minutes. She lives in the Council Rock area. That's like maybe 20 minutes from here. Just go to back road and go through Yarley. It's right there. Council Rock is like, you know, nice little neighborhood. I know some black people that live out there. And she went to spring break, of course, and you know Miami was off the hook this weekend. A lot of shit going on. And from what the story say is, these brothers killed the sister. They killed the white lady, right? They're accusing them of killing her, right? I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about the story. It's really tragic. It's really it's like it's kind of what happens over here with the language and the talk and desensitized young men who are desensitized to the brutality and don't really think about how to treat women. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like this is a story. This is a story that it's like it kind of lends to why we can't let people just be willy-nilly with the idea of, you know, shooting people and killing people and doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just crazy. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to share my screen real quick, and I'm gonna try to play this story. Nah, he running. Andrew Yang is running for mayor of New York, mayor of New York City. Yeah, he's running for mayor of New York City. Yeah, Andrew Yang is running for mayor. I think Maya Wiley. I think she's gonna be she's a black lady. Maya Wiley is really powerful and tough. I think she's gonna be it. But Andrew Yang is running for mayor of New York, not governor. Cuomo is still the governor. I mean, like Cuomo is another one, right? Like Teflon Don, like there's nothing you could do to me. You know what I mean? And that's the power that black men want, right? They want that power where, you know, if 1,000 women accuse me of sexual assault, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna deny it and I'm gonna escape. Now the black dude, the governor, lieutenant governor of Virginia, now he got away with that shit because I think his shit was phony anyway, but he stood his ground. Hold on, folks. Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. But yeah, let me read this story to y'all, man. Let me get into this, man. Let me get into this. Shit. I don't even want to play this shit, man. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use. Fair use. Can y'all hear it? Give me a one if you can hear it. Give me a one if you can hear it. Let me share it on the screen. All right, let me get it real quick. All right, here we go. Can y'all hear it? Man, I don't think we can hear it. Can y'all hear it? Yeah, I don't think we can hear it. I think they muted it. But so what happened is these two young men, two North Carolina men visiting South Beach, have been arrested and accused of drugging and raping a woman who later died in her hotel room, police say. The men of Wild Collier and Dorian Taylor are also accused of stealing the woman's credit cards to spend money on their trip in South Beach. Investigators are trying to determine whether the woman died of an overdose or possibly from a pill the men supplied. The Miami-Dade medical examiner said Monday is conducting further tests. The arrests come as Miami Beach tries and the city officials try to grapple with the overall crime, right? Like, so in the midst of all that madness, these two cats went down there and just did some nonsense. Nonsense. Like nonsense. Like, oh man, just nonsense. Like I don't see no wind in that, right? Like you don't like that. To me is like, wow, like what do you say on that shit? Like what do you say to that? Like you guys was just savage, like just savage, just you killed her, then you try to spin the like this is the thing, like our young men are being fed such poison by people that getting the bag and the pussy is all that matter. Like they do, like they're so conditioned now, and they're hearing so much information about throw the bitches away that they literally killed this woman and had nothing and went and spent her credit card. Like how poisonous and how toxic are these two young men? Like Sweet Pea, they caught him on camera going to a room and everything. Like the hotel they was in got mad cameras, man. Then you know that's the first thing they went through. Like I'm not gonna say whether they're guilty or not, but god damn. Like this is my thing. Like I'm not running from stories though, because I didn't do these stories because I used to be ashamed to do them because I didn't want to put brothers in a bad light. I always was cognizant of that, right? But something that's fucked up is that like that shit fucks up the whole community. Like the whole community got to deal with that shit. Like we all got to deal with that shit. And that's not like this is why they look at us like that. Because when cats do savage shit like this, they put this shit on the whole race. They don't give us the benefit of the doubt of just holding these guys to the fire. They gonna think of all of us like this. Like this is going to reverberate through our community. Like they're gonna make this like a poster child type thing. That's why I hate when these type of crimes happen, because these crimes, it's not like other groups where they do something like the white boy killed all the Chinese people. They was like, oh, it wasn't race, it was sex, right? Like they gave him the benefit of the doubt. We don't get that. They're not going to give these two young the benefit of the doubt. But that's what I mean when we're distracted by grifters and hustlers. We focused on them, so we're not focused on teaching our young men how to really get women. You ain't gotta kill nobody, you ain't gotta drug her and all that. Like, you ain't gotta do all that. Like the music, like the industry allowing these kids to talk about putting mollies and shit and drugs and shit and women's drinks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit ain't cool. Now y'all going to prison in Florida forever. And now y'all, and they lucky. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. Them two dudes lucky they did that shit down there and not up here. Because if they would have did that shit in Bucks County where she lived at, man, they would have gave them niggas, they would have gave them a death penalty. They would have tried them on a death penalty. Bucks County prides itself on being the example of an all-white enclave. They pride themselves on that. See, it's no coincidence. Like, I don't know if y'all pay attention to this, but every presidential election, Bucks County is the fucking, that's the point. Because it's such a influential county. A lot of people in Bucks County work in New York. Or they're lawyers and doctors in Philly. A majority of Bucks County motherfuckers work in New York. If you see that line from the train station, the Trenton train station, to Bucks County, or the traffic going from train station to Pennsylvania, that shit is bananas. So Bucks County is very influential. They would have gave them boys the death penalty. Because that shit's on the news in Philly all morning. She from Philly, so that shit is on the news all morning. That's the only reason why I did the story, because it was like, I can't avoid it. I wanted to badly. I try to avoid these stories. I get mad at other black content creators who do it. It's a content creator. Anytime brothers do some crazy crime, he put them up there. He puts them up there. And I hope them brothers don't be listening to that shit they be hearing over here. I hope, this is what I worry about with my young brother Jalen and shit like that. And a lot of them young brothers that be listening to them niggas over there in the manosphere, listening to that fuck shit. Like, this is what happens when you desensitize a motherfucker and you tell them women don't got no worth. This is what happens. Now, they went down there, broke no money. They probably spent all the bread they had, and they went and did a jokes and ruined their life. Because it ain't enough black men out here telling them the value of themselves and the value of women. To value women don't mean you a sucker or a simp. It mean that you a fucking man. So if you value your mama, you a simp. If you value your daughters or your sisters, you a simp. You a sucker. If you value the life of a woman. I mean, damn, we got to get control of our community, man. We got to get control of our community, man. We got to get control of our young people, man. Like, man, it's just so much mayhem going on, man. And these babies, 24, 23 years old, like in Philly, man, if y'all will watch the news in Philly and New York right now, it's just mayhem, y'all. Like, I don't live where y'all live at. I'm sure where y'all live at, it's the same thing. But, man, like, and it just seemed like the people are just younger and more careless and calculated and just don't give a fuck. Like, they shooting each other in broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? Just walking up in broad daylight. Like, and I'm witnessing it in my own hood. Like, I've watched dudes shoot people in broad daylight, young boys just throw their whole life away. I know a dude, all three of his sons went to prison, and he just died of a heart attack. It must have dawned on him that all three of his boys was on be in prison for the rest of their lives, and my brother just died of a heart attack. And he was he was healthy. That man worked out every day. I used to always say to him, like, God damn, AJ, you still goddamn fucking brolic. He in the 50s. Healthy. Didn't drink, he smoked weed, didn't smoke cigarettes and shit. All three of his boys went to prison for murder for life. And man just died of a broken heart. Because he stayed in and out of prison. So he wasn't really there to raise them. And the streets raised them. And them niggas was killers. Straight killers. And I would have never thought in a million years. Now, the youngest one, yeah, but the other two, the twins, they was quiet, man. I remember I used to come in the bar when I worked in the bar. They were, Uncle Bud, let me get a double shot. I knew what they wanted. Double shot, Corona Net. Both of them. Sit in the back, make their money. They was making bread. But see, they like me. They was loyal to the hood. And sometimes when you loyal to the hood, you do shit that you wouldn't normally do. Because you loyal to some shit that you think it means something to you, but it don't. I was out yesterday in the hood, standing on the block, because every once in a while, I just like to go out there. And it was nice outside. I just like to, just go out there, man, and just feel the energy sometimes. And it wasn't that bad yesterday. But then I went and hung out with some people, and we was talking, and it was like, yo, it ain't fun living here no more. It ain't fun living here no more. It's dangerous. It's scary almost. Because even if you got street credibility like me, it's the new young gunners that you don't know. See, I pride myself on talking to the garanimals, the ones that'll really hurt you. I pride myself on going and kicking with them. I pride myself on, and you know where I learned that at? I learned that in college, right? It was this book we read, and it was about this neighborhood in South Philly, right? And the white lady, she learned how to neutralize her fear of black people and fear of young people by speaking to them first, right? She would get them. She would be like, hey, how you doing, baby? You have a good day. And she said after a while, she didn't have to speak first because they would break their neck to speak to her. They would come across, hey, Miss Mabel, how you doing? This is a white woman. But because she turned the fear that she had into like, I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to reach out to these babies. And that's what I do. So when I see him in the store or I see him on the block, I give him a hug, a pound. I let them know they're human. They got value. So when they see me, they like, yo, that nigga value me. He always speak to me. He always be like, what's up? He tell me if I want a job, I can come work for him. Everything. See, our young people don't have no value. That's why them two young men did what they did. They didn't see value in her. They didn't see value in themselves. And then we don't have nobody putting value in them. We have everybody telling you the value is too high. You got to do all these things for me to see you as valuable. Whiteness is valuable. Metrosexual is valuable. Lying to your wife and fucking mad bitches on the side is valuable. There is no value. So these two young men just went through their lives away because nobody valued them. Nobody told them how important they were to life, how important they were to themselves. And now they're in a situation that's not only going to hurt them, but their families and other families. And it's going to have a detrimental effect on black people because it was done in a hard thing that was already high profile. And they didn't want us there in the first place. So imagine they don't want us there. Then this fucking awful crime happened. That shit's just going to blow up. It's just gonna just be a sign now, like, oh, like they'll never allow spring break to be the same way it is now because of that shit. It'll go just like the Freaknik, all that shit. All that shit went away. Virginia Beach, only thing that's there is Myrtle Beach. That's the only thing that's left. And that's because that's bike week and that's motorcycle week. And there's white people that be there and there's black people that be there. So they can't really kill that because even though it's majority black people, other bike gangs be there. So they can't kill that. And Myrtle Beach make a lot of money off that shit. And usually the bike gangs ain't as crazy as young people. And the crazy bike gangs really don't go there anyway. But nobody values our young people. Like nobody gives them the information to value themselves. We all tell them that fuck that, fuck this, fuck bitches, fuck black women, blah, 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 blah. But we never tell them how important it is to put value in themselves, faith in themselves, to understand that they matter, that they have a life, and that life is not to be thrown away and sit in prison forever. That life is not so you can get somebody's credit card and ball out. Those material things will not make you valuable. Those valuables that you're buying will not add any value to your life. Now, you may behave better, but you will not add value. Definitely, Penny. You got to want more. But see, Penny, I agree with that to a certain extent. But sometimes people grow up, Penny, and if you don't grow up sometimes people grow up in a particular environment and they just lack those things, right? The wherewithal. When you 20, 21, you all over the place. I know when I was 21, 24, I was a wild boy. I was wild. I ain't do no shit like that, but I was a wild boy. I was telling my man Larry yesterday about that shit, how, it was funny how when his dad was alive and he owned the tire shop and I would be out hustling in front of the tire shop, his dad would always come out and be like, boy, you out here going crazy. You beating these people up. Come on in here, sit with me for a while. Calm down. And his son did the same exact thing when he got the tire shop. Like, man, he's the one who started me cutting grass. Like, man, a deal went bad in front of his shop and I cut up. And he was like, man, you can't do that. See, some people, and I had a conversation. I'm gonna have a show about that one day, Penny. About do we all have the ability to self-motivate? Now we do, right? But what happens is it happens at different times. Everybody's enlightened moment doesn't happen at the same time. Like, it may take some things, right, to spark the catalyst. It may be law. They may change in prison, right? They may change when they get out of prison, right? Going to prison may open their eyes to and investing in themselves, right? But a lot of us, you just fortunate enough to have the ability to be a self-motivator, right? Some players are self-motivators and some players need coaches to motivate them. Some people need the crowd, right? Remember Paid in Full? Remember what he said to him, to Mitch said to what's his name? Like, yo, B, like, will they love me if I'm not in the game? Right? That motivated him. The crowd, the cheering of the crowd motivated him. Some dude, Sweet Pea, motherfucker talking crazy and shit, old head, got out of pocket. I ain't beat him. I just punched him in the solar plex and shit. He talking crazy. I mean, I'm out on the block. He run down to my give him $2, give him $1. I don't got no money. He's like, nigga, you always had money. When you ain't never had no money, just call on my pockets. Just So I just caught him with a nice body shot. Yeah, I want to do that, Penny. And if you ain't too busy, you should come up, Penny. We could do that. I'm gonna hit, if you got an email or something, hit me up, leave your email in the comments section, and we could do that. I would love to have a show about that. I would love to have a show about people. Are people self-motivated? What motivates people, right? Because you have those who are self-motivated, you have those who are motivated by outside influences, and then you have those who are motivated by elements, environments, you know what I'm saying? The crowd, right? Like that always stuck with me when what Mitch said, and that's the truth. Like, will they love me when I'm not playing B? When I put the ball down, will the people love me? Because Maslow's shit is real. Like, we need those things. We need attraction. We need to belong. We need that shit. We need that. It's important for our survival because it adds fuel to the dynamic that we know as our conscious, our id, and our super id, right? Those three elements of our personality and of our conscious need to be fed. See, it's not just, just like a car. A car not only needs gas, it needs oil, it needs cooling fluid, it needs windshield wiper fluid, right? It just doesn't need gas, right? So we just don't need Forder. water. We need food, right? We need love, right? We need acceptance, right? We need challenges. And when some of those elements are missing, that's when the deficits come in, and that's when we don't find value. Thank you, Alan Franklin. I appreciate that, bro. Thanks for coming through. So yeah, Penny, let's talk about that. Let's definitely talk about that. That would be a great show. I would love to talk about that because you know what's funny? I'm gonna be honest with you, right, Penny? It's like usually like a lot of women be like, you know, you got a lot of women are self-motivated. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of women I talk about, you know, they when I talk to, they be like, yo, you gotta motivate yourself. So I'm trying to figure out, is that a woman? Like, is that a gender thing? You know, like I don't know, right? But that would be something to really look into. You know what I mean? I would really like to look into that. So yo, I'm gonna try to close out on a positive note, right? Yo, so Versus done pulled off that damn double header, that double dip that's going to shut down the internet probably, because that Osley Brothers Earth, Wind, and Fire is going to shut down the internet. You got young people right now. You got old people right now trying to learn how to get. You got people in their 60s right now. I gotta get me Instagrams. Yeah, you know how old people say new technology they fuck it up. I gotta get me a face, a book's face, and they fuck shit up, and I gotta get me a Twitter's, right? They always add an S to something. Like it could be Facebook, and they be like, I don't be on no Facebooks, I don't be on no Twitters, I don't be on no Instagrams. They always gotta add an S to shit, right? Like to kind of make it foreign to them or whatever, right? Was it TikTok that Primera owned TikTok? That's TikTok that owned Primera owned TikTok. I thought the Chinese dude owned TikTok. I thought they sold it to Primera. Primera owned TikTok too. God damn, Primera. Damn, I didn't know that Primera owned TikTok too. God damn. Nah, it's Triller, not TikTok. Triller. Oh yeah, they do. Triller own. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Well, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean it happens every time. Taz, I ain't surprised at it no more, broski. Real talk. The one for me was Essence. Like I understood BT because them two snobby ass boule people wasn't for us any motherfucking way. So and that's my point, Tad. Like that's the whole point of the show, bro. Like motherfuckers is just getting rich off us, man. Like motherfucker. And another thing I don't like, it's like people in the culture, right? Always go to, to some other shit. To like in New York, right? We got Hot 97, right? We got Ebro, the chick and the white dude, right? Rosenberg. None of them should be on New York radio. None of them. White boy from Maryland, black dude from the Bay Area. Though none of them know anything about New York hip hop. They killed Hot 97, destroyed the station, right? Because we're so busy selling our culture to others that they don't know who to put in front of this to represent us. They have no fucking idea. None whatsoever. But back to the thing, damn Taz, that was some shit. But I'm still fucking. I mean, I kind of figured. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I didn't understand. I didn't know that the property or intellectual property known as Versus was something that they could sell, like something that they could commodify and sell. Like I didn't think it had, that kind of, you know what I'm saying? I just thought it was something for the culture during the pandemic. I didn't know they were going to monetize it in that sense and sell it as a brand or a franchise. So when I seen them do that, I kind of just blew past it because, you know, after I hadn't been interested in it for a minute since the Snoop DMX, Jada, you know what I'm saying? So the ones I watch, I would just watch and review. So I really didn't even think that they built it to the, I thought it was just something for the culture, something to have fun with, but you know, they monetized it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize that I didn't realize that that was their intentions. But we always find out later what it's really about. But yeah, I don't know. I'm anticipating it though. You're gonna have a lot of old heads on there, like you know, they're gonna be watching. And I wanna see. Because I'm a Earth, Wind, and Fire fan, right? I love their music because I was raised on it, you know what I'm saying? But I just, it's just something about Ozzy, bro, because Lay Me Down Easy is like my favorite song, right? Like that's my favorite song. So I just kind of got an infinity for the Osley brothers. And then when he married my girl, what's her name? Angela, what's her name? From Renee, the group Renee and Angela. I really liked him and shit. I don't know. But you know, he did some foul shit anyway. But I'm anticipating it, and I'm definitely anticipating that follow-up on 420 with Red and Meth. That's gonna be major. So the culture, even though they sold us out, we still gonna be winning. Like, I guess I don't know. I'm from up here, right, y'all? So motherfucker up here is selling mama. I'm sorry. I guess that's why when I see people, you know, capitalize on shit, it's just people that sell you soap. Motherfuckers that sell you styrofoam. Motherfuckers that stand out all night outside to sell you styrofoam and soap. So I ain't never surprised when people sell shit, right? Especially black people. Essence, BT, now Versus, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. So, yo, man, I like to thank everybody for coming through, man. I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing on down, man. Get on out here, man, and get this truck ready, man, for this season. But, yo, man, I like to thank everybody who came through. Hooded one, my man Taz, who his arms probably tired from all that punching he did yesterday and shit. His legs kind of tired because he rope-a-doped them niggas and then he just went in. So I know he probably resting up and shit, you know what I mean? Probably got some ice on his knuckles and shit. So I like to thank my brother for coming through. Hooded one, thank you, G. SPD, you know I love you, baby. Penny Sparks. Yo, Penny Sparks, you dope, Penny Sparks. Hey, since I've been on here, you ain't changed. I love people like that. Real talk. I love people who are genuine and stay the same. My favorite pupil in the whole entire world, Miss Fedex. You know what I mean? My muscle. You know what I mean? My right-hand man, Triple OG in the building. My big bro, Joe Dub. My brother from another Aries. You know what I'm saying? My OG, my air like, beer like, Psychopatheus. I thank all y'all for coming through, man, and hanging out with y'all. Boy, my man, Tim Harvey. Yo, Tim Harvey, if you still listening, man, don't forget, man, we got to do that show, man. And Penny, please send me that email because I would love to have a discussion about self-motivating. Is it real or is it Memorex? I would love to do that. I would really love to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Taz, I was proud of you yesterday, bro. I was in the clouds. I wanted to join so bad, but you was doing a good job. You know, because I fucks with you, bro. You know I fucks with you, man. A lot of motherfuckers be, man, I ain't fuck with them, man. I fucks with that. I fucks with real niggas. Like, I like your intelligence, man. You know what I mean? And there's no homo, bro. You a smart motherfucker, and I like that shit. You know what I mean? You can flip it and bounce it with the best of them, and I dig that shit. Real talk. So, yo, man, I love y'all, man. Y'all have a great day, but y'all know y'all boy need y'all to do those 3 things, man. Love yourself, love those around you, and I need y'all to stay safe. This y'all man AC Star. I'm out. Peace.